Hey everyone, this is Mukesh Utwani once again from learn-automation.com. Today in this video, we are going to talk about conditional statement, or you can say decision making statement in Python. So in this video, I will talk about if condition, if else condition, nested if conditions, okay, and multiple if else if condition, which we call as elif, okay. So this video is going to be little long, plus it is going to be little interesting as well, because all the next activities will be based on this, okay. So when we talk about conditional statement, as the name says, based on certain conditions or the output, right, we need to execute the next set of statement. So whether you talk about Python, C, C++, Java, any programming language, conditional statements will play a very important role. Okay, so let's say one by one. So we'll talk about from the scratch, what is the syntax, how do we use, and we'll see some real examples. So let's get started. I will be creating a small Python file, and I will say if demo. Okay, so I will try to create multiple files for your reference. So let's talk about the syntax first of all. So we have if keyword. Okay, so if, else, elif, we have some predefined keywords in Python that we are going to use now. So whenever you write if, now you need to write a condition. Okay, so this condition, if this condition evaluates to true, then it will execute the next set of statement, otherwise it will continue. So let's say I have some piece of code. Okay, so if I say if this condition is true, okay, so whenever you have to end this if, you need to use colon here. The moment you hit enter, you can see now we have 4 white spaces. So this is how the indentation works in Python. So whatever you will be writing after true condition, okay, or after if, all the statement will be coming under this particular condition. Okay, so let me show you. If I will say true, then say hello. Okay, and let me simply run this. So you can see, since we are giving condition is true, so definitely it is going to run this because we don't have any other condition. So this is just a if condition. And let me do one thing, let me have some print statement, okay, after this, and I will say thanks for watching videos. Okay, and I will put one more if condition, or sorry, one print statement here, and I will say welcome. So why I'm printing this? So that I can show you if this condition evaluates to true, or if this if statement is working, what will be the output. So whenever you are giving true condition, definitely if block will get executed. Okay, so in our case right now we are forcefully giving true, so definitely first of all it will say welcome, then it will say hello, and then it will say this statement, which is again a print statement. What if I make this as false? Okay, the moment it's if condition have false, it will not execute this block of code. Okay, the moment I run this again, you will see now we got welcome. Since if condition is false, now it is not going to execute this statement, and you will get this final output. Very straightforward. So now let's use some variables. Okay, so let's say I have one variable called a equal to 30. Now I will be writing a condition here. If this condition evaluates to true, it will execute this if, otherwise it will not execute. I will say if a is greater than 50, if yes, then it will evaluate this and it will execute. If false, it will not execute this if. So when I run this, you can see I did not get any output because 30 is greater than 50, which is false, it is not executing. What if I make this 80? Is 80 is greater than 50? Yes, so it will execute hello. Yeah, now if itself sometimes it's not enough, we need to add a else condition. Okay, so just write else, and now after else put a colon. Okay, then again when you hit enter, again it will take the 4 white spaces, and now this is again indentation for else. Whatever you will write, it will execute if this condition is false. Okay, so if I say here bye, if this condition is true, it will say hello, otherwise it will say bye. In our case 80 is greater than 50, it will say hello. So let's run this, and let's take 10. If 10 is greater than 50, definitely not, so it will execute and it will say bye. Okay, fair enough, very easy to use this. Now you can write any complex conditions here. It's totally up to your expression or the condition that you're writing. The output should be true and false. If it is true, it will execute if, otherwise else. Okay, so let's use some other example. So again, I will be taking one variable. Okay, let's take this variable as name, and let's say I will be using Python this time. Okay, and now if I write condition, if this name equal to Python, okay, so you can see the moment I hit enter, okay, just after Python we need to put colon. Again I will say print Python found, else, okay, just make sure if else in the same line. Now I will say else colon and just say print, sorry, it's a print, just a second, and I will say Python not found, or any other statement. It is just some dummy conditions I'm writing. We will be writing some actual code in few minutes. Python not found. Okay, the moment I run this, you can say Python found, because name is equal to Python, and this is how we are going to do comparison with string. If Python equal to Python, it will say Python found again. If not, it will say Python not found. So what if I want to write multiple if else conditions? Okay, so then we can use if elif, which is nothing but if, else if, and again we can have multiple conditions here. So that we are going to see now. So again I will copy this code and I will go here, and this time I will say if demo, let's say if else, if demo, which is this, and let me remove this. Again I will say, let's say I'm going to use one language called Python. Okay, and now I will be writing some conditions. So first of all, as usual, I will say if this language is equal to Selenium, let's say, colon, then we will say Selenium found, else. If you don't want to write else, if you want to write multiple conditions again after else, so you can see we also have elif, which is else if. So again I will be writing a condition, if language equal to let's say Java, colon again, and I can write print again that Java found. Again I want to write one more condition. Okay, there's no limitation, you can have multiple else if conditions here. Again I will say elif, which is else if. Again I will say if language equal to Python, okay, and then I will say Python found. At last you can, actually we missed one semicolon here, and it should be equal to, right? Now if nothing found, I will just write else colon, and again I will say if nothing found, I will say sorry, we could not find anything. Yeah, so let's run this. Right click, run as, and you can say Python found. The moment you run this, first of all, language equal to Python. So first of all, it will check this condition, is Python equal to Selenium? No. Then it will come to this elif. Again it will check, is Python equal to Java? No. So it will not execute this. It will go to again elif, which is else if. Again it will check if Python equal to Python, and it says Python found. Okay, the moment it will find, it will not execute the next statement, it will come out of this condition, because if any of the conditions true, it will come out. Okay, so you will not get this one. What if I change this to, let's say, Mukesh? Okay, so when I execute this, and you can see this language is not able to match with any of the conditions. So at last it is saying sorry, we could not, yeah, sorry, spelling mistake, we could not find anything. So this is how you can write multiple if else conditions. Okay, and right now I'm just giving this hard-coded values. Okay, so in case if you want some user input, we can do that. So let's do one thing, let's take this input from the user, and I will say input is a predefined function in Python which will take user input, and then you can use that input for further calculations. So the moment I say please enter any of the programming language, okay, so definitely whatever inputs we will be giving from our keyboard, it will accept, and we will be storing this into a variable called lang. So I will just comment this for the time being. So whatever input we will get from the user, then we will compare. So let's run this, and you can see it is asking me please enter programming language. Let me say Java first, and you can say Java found. Perfect. Let's execute it once again. Please enter programming language. This time I will say Mukesh, which definitely it will not match. It will say sorry, we could not find anything. Let's try one more time, and this time I will give a Python here. Okay, and you can say Python form. Again, very easy. It is just you need to understand how the flow works. Now if you're making this mistake, that indentation, okay, then it will not work. The moment you put mouse over, it says illegal target for variable annotations, because this is not following the proper indentation. You can say it says indent expected, so make sure you give the proper indentation. And good thing about good thing about PyCharm, the moment you write if condition and you hit enter, it will automatically have the indentation for you. I will show you, okay, because the moment we write nested if condition, then this nested if might create a problem for you. So I will show you in few minutes now. But before we move to the nested if, I want to show you the shortcuts for this. Again, when you go to the next level, you don't have to write the complete long statement. You can just complete this in one statement as well. Okay, so I will give you some shorthands here. So again, I will create a separate file, and I will say 3. So let's say I want to write one condition if, and I will say if 100 is greater than 10. If yes, then put a colon, do this. So I will say yes. Okay, so this will only execute if this condition is true, otherwise it will not execute. So if I right click, run as, since this is executed, like this condition is true, right, it will say yes. Okay, maybe I will do one thing. I will just add a print statement. I will say welcome, and I will say bye. So at least should give me if this condition is not true. So if I say 5 is greater than 10, definitely not. So it will not execute this statement. Okay, if you see this, it says welcome and bye. But if I make it 15 is greater than 10, yes, so it will say print yes. This is only with if. What if I have if else condition, then what will be the syntax? Again, when you have if else conditions, first of all you need to write the statement which will run if condition is true. So in our case, I will say print yes when space if this condition is true. So if I say if 100 is greater than 10, execute this. Else, again I will say else print no. So left hand side will only execute if this condition evaluates true, otherwise it will run the statement which is on the right side, which is just after else. So in our case, 100 is greater than 10, yes. So let's run it. You can see yes again. But if I say 5 is greater than 10, then it will say no. Okay, so you can see we got no. So these statements are coming from this statement, so we have already discussed, but you can see this is working based on our conditions. Again, I'm just hard coding this condition, but you can have n number of your own custom condition, and based on that it will evaluate. So let's do one thing. Let's create a variable. I will say this is marks, and I will say marks, let's say 95, and I will write a condition here. Okay, what I will say, if marks, which is 95, is equal, or let's say greater than equal to 90, okay, then do this. Else, so if marks is greater than 90, I will say a plus, else I will say a. Execute it, and you can see we got a plus. What if I change this? If I say it is 85, then definitely is 85 greater than 90? No. So it will execute this, and it will say print a, and we got the output. Clear? So this is how you can do the shorthand. Okay, now let me show you the nested if condition. Okay, so what nested if condition will do, first of all it will check one condition. If that evaluates to true, it will check another condition, it will check. So it will have nested if conditions. So let me show you. Let me just add some comments here so that we'll not get additional outputs. So let's say I just want to check the salary part. Okay, so let's say the salary of one person is 50,000 in INR. Okay, and now I'm going to check if salary is greater than 40,000, Then I'm going to provide a home loan, not home loan, let's say car loan. I will say eligible for car loan. Okay, again I will put one more condition this time, and if I say if salary is greater than 80,000, okay, then I can put one more condition, and I will say this time, okay, just add colon here, eligible for home loan. Perfect. What if I add one more condition, that if salary is greater than 1 lakh, then add just use this condition, and I will say premium customer eligible for all kind of loan. At last you can have the you can have the individual else condition, or at last if you don't want to give multiple else, you can come here and you can say if this condition itself is not meeting or not getting fulfilled, you can say print, and you can say sorry, we could not serve you. Okay, so let's see. Right now salary is above 50,000. So first it will check this. It will say you are eligible for car loan. Let's right click, run as, and you can say first condition is met. It says you are eligible for car loan. The moment it reaches here, you can say 50,000 is greater than 80,000. No, so it will not execute these further statements. Okay, this time let me make it 90,000. So first of all, this if condition will get evaluated and it will be true. Then it will come here, is 90,000 is greater than 80,000? Yes, it will say eligible for home loan as well. So let's right click, run as, and you can say eligible for car loan and home loan. What if I say salary is 1,20,000? Okay, in this case the last if condition will also get evaluated, and you can say it says premium customer, you are eligible for all kind of loan. Now the last condition one more time, and I've said salary is only 10,000. So in this case this condition will not evaluate to true, it will come to else, and it will say sorry, we could not serve you. Perfect. Now again, if you want to take salary as an input, again I will be using here, again I will comment this, and I will say salary equal to, I will use input method, and I will say please enter your salary for loan. Okay, let's see. The moment I run this, it says please enter your salary for loan. So it will keep on waiting until we are not giving the input. So the moment I say my salary is, let's say 7,000, okay, and my program failed. Okay, I will tell you why. So first of all, the moment you say salary, okay, this input which we are getting from the user is always a string. Okay, in case if you want to see, let's do one thing, let's print the type, and I will say type of cell, so that we'll get to know what exactly it is. Okay, let's say 9,000. So you can see the salary that I'm getting from the user, it is coming in a form of a string. So I cannot compare string with these conditions, right? I'm comparing string with 40,000, which is not possible. So first of all, we need to convert this salary into integer, right? Then only we can use it. So one way is, like, you can simply say salary equal to, you just say int. Inside this int you can pass this salary which we are getting. Let's have a proper name here, salary. So whatever salary we will get, will first of all pass here, so it will give me the type. Then what I will do, I will typecast this, and I will say we are having the salary, please convert into integer. So now this cell which earlier was string, now it will be integer. Then I will compare. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, let's say 20,000. Okay, again it says we could not serve you. Perfect. Now last time, let me write one more type statement, and then I will show you. Okay, so execute this. So it is stopping here at line number 8. Again, when I say my salary is, let's say, 60,000 this time. So you can see the first one, right? Class string, which is coming from here. The moment we enter salary, we are calculating, not calculating, actually we are checking the type. So it says it is a string. Then I'm converting. Then again I'm printing the type. So this time after converting, I got the integer. Again checking, is salary, which is 60,000, is greater than 40,000. So condition is true. It says eligible for car loan. Next it says 60,000 is greater than 80,000. No. Then it is not meeting this condition and it's not executing the further if conditions. I hope it is clear now. So we discussed now if, we discussed about if else, we also discussed the shorthand for if, shorthand for if else. We discussed about the nested if condition just now, and we also discussed if else if conditions, right, which is elif, which is again a predefined keyword in Python. I hope it is clear now. I can have more example here, but for that maybe I can use a for loop, which we have not discussed yet. But yeah, let me quickly cover that part as well, so that at least you will have clear idea how we can, you know, use this in an efficient manner. Just give me a couple of minutes, maybe hardly 2 minutes, and you'll have better understanding of if conditions with for loop. Okay, this is kind of a bonus. In case if you don't understand, don't worry. In the next videos anyways, we'll discuss about the for loop, while loop. Then this example will make more sense. Okay, so again I will take this one, execute here, and I will say this time 4th, and let me create one condition here. Okay, so before we create this condition, let me create a list. Anyways, we discussed about this list, right? So let's say I have a name list, and this name I will say Python, and let's say I have a Java, let's say I have a JavaScript, and finally let's say I have C#. Okay, now I want to write a small piece of code where I want to check a specific tool within this list. If that exists, then say yes or true, otherwise print some dummy message. So first of all, I need to traverse through this list, right? So how can I traverse? I'm going to write a for loop where I will be using one variable where I will be storing my values. So let's say I will say a. Okay, just to give some name, I have given a, otherwise you can give x, y, z or any other variable. Let's keep name. So this is names, guys, remember this is name. So, and I just need to write in. This is actually syntax for creating a for loop, and then I have to provide the list here. So this is my for loop. What it will do, it will get one by one all the values from this list. It will store into name. So if I have 4 names, it will run 4 times. If I have 10, it will run 10 times. So each time it will give me the value. In our case, it will give me Python, Java, JavaScript, and C#. My condition is I want to check whether JavaScript is available within this list or not. Okay, so I will write a if condition here that we discussed just now, and it is storing into this name variable, right? I will say if name equal to let's say JavaScript, okay, colon. If it is true, then I want to print something that yes, we found this programming language, but I want to write in a different way. So what I will do, I will just create a Boolean variable here called status. Okay, this will be false by default, and I will be writing if this condition is true, make this Boolean variable to true. So I will say if we found the JS, just assign true here. Okay, else print a message that please wait, we are searching, we are still searching, or some message that you want to give to the user. And at last we will again check if this status equal to false. It means whatever value we were searching we could not find. If it is true, definitely we will say we found your the record. So I will say if the status, which is already a variable, if this evaluates true, we'll say print we are glad that we found the record. In case if we don't find, we'll say else, sorry we could not help you, or sorry we could not found the record. Okay, now let me explain this code again. The moment you run this, by default status equal to false, it means by default it will always say sorry we could not find your record. Now we have a list of Python, JavaScript and C#. Using for loop we are iterating. So one by one it will iterate. It will take the first value, which is Python. It will store into name. We will check if Python equal to JavaScript. No. So it will print, please wait, we are still searching. Again it will execute this loop. This time it will take Java. It will store into name. We'll again check if Java equal to JavaScript. No. It will again print, please wait, we are still searching. Second last iteration, it will take JavaScript. Now here comes the magic. If JavaScript equal to JavaScript, yes. And you can see what we are doing. We are just making this status equal to true. Okay. So by default it had false. Now we are making it true. Now once the condition is true, I want to break this. If I don't break, again it will take the next record. It will execute, right? So I don't want to execute it, so I can add a break. Okay, so I will show you the break after this iteration. Let me run this. You can see we got the record in the third iteration, but still it is searching for this guy as well, because we are not breaking the for loop. So it will keep on running till the list is reaching till the end, right? So it reached here JS. So ideally it should have print 2 times. Even though we found the record, it was again executing for C#. Then it was checking if C# is equal to JavaScript. No. Then it printed again, please wait, we are still searching. So you can see 3 times this print, and finally we got the record. So the moment you want to break, okay, once your condition is true, you can add a break here and say that once my condition is true, break means come out of this for loop. Okay, right click, run, and you can see it searched twice. Third iteration it got, and it say we are glad that we found the record. So this is how you can combine the for loop with if conditions. Again, we are using some Boolean flag here. Don't worry, we will discuss more kind of these scenarios once you move ahead. And even if you don't understand this for loop part, we are going to have the next session on for loop and while loop as well. I hope it is clear. Please try to write some basic program from your end as well, because here the main part is the syntax, nothing much, right? So make sure you just use the proper indentation. Okay, so if I show you quickly once again what we discussed. Okay, so just indentation, the moment you write if, the next statement should have the tab or 4 white spaces. Same goes with else. So you can see if else is coming in the same line, right? If you miss some indentation like this, okay, it might create an issue for you. So you can see it again started throwing me error, that indentation issue. So please make sure that indentation is correct. Rest everything Python will take care, because in Java or in any other programming language we have curly brackets, right? But here we don't have curly brackets. It's all about the indentation. Rest everything is fine. So just try this and let me know if you find any issue. And in case if you're new to this channel, then please subscribe this channel, hit the like button, share with your friends, and I will see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.